Hi there, welcome back and welcome to the first episode of Hidden Gems, the upgraded edition. Now, if you have already seen some episodes of Hidden Gems in the past, you know in this series we talk about some of the best cars for every single position and also for every single budget. So, if you have just started playing the game or have been playing since the last 17 years, I don't think that far back the game was even available, but we have some cards for you. And of course, for the first ever episode of Hidden Gems, the upgraded edition, we are tackling the hotly debated topic of strikers today. Yes, we are tackling some of the hot strikers and also talking about who you have to pick from day 1 all the way down to day 365. Now, before we begin this list, of course, a huge shout out to Positive and Sting up in our Discord server, who have literally helped me pick these cards, played with them, tested them, and that's how we have this list today. Most of these cards we have played with and these come from experience. Let's talk about the categories first. We have 3 categories: beginner, intermediate, advanced, starting down from 85 all the way up to 95s. And also we have a premium category for those of you who invested heavily and now are millionaires, but in game, so not really in real life. Now, for each of these levels, of course, what we are going to do is recommend red rank up and 20 training. Say, if you buy a card today that is 87, but red rank them up and train them up to 20, you could still be using these cards when the game's overall has generally gone up to 100, a feature that wasn't there before. While we are going to talk about every single card, beginner through advanced, you're going to assume a red rank in level 20. But now that the preamble's out of the way, let's jump into the beginner category. The first card that we are going to handle in beginner category is a very interesting one, and his name is Elye Wahi. We have a card with a very rounded profile, even though he has a medium work rate. But you have to remember, this card costs a staggering low of 341 million, which means you can buy a red rank at 2 million coins, which is amazing. Plus, again, that plus 20 training cost you'll have to add into it though. But this card goes up to 89, and if I quickly show you the training and skill point distribution, this is how it will look like. And yes, you are looking at it right, this card goes up to a pace of 130. Who is your other option, however, if you don't want Wahi? Well, if you want a little bit more of pace plus heading, our next option is Kolo Muani at 86 with the coveted work rate of high medium, which we definitely want for strikers. Now, if you see here, this card actually has a 187 centimeter height, which is great. Coming to attributes, this card's jumping goes all the way up to 92 at base. And if we talk about after rank up, what kind of a card I'm looking at, this is what Kolo Muani looks like, with again 130 pace and 123 dribbling with a decent enough physical as well. So all around a gem to hidden gem, we could say. Yeah, I said the title after like 6 minutes. Now, while I've only kept 2 cards here, what you have to remember is that in the beginner category, I really don't want you to get a lot of options, get confused, because on day 1 you don't want to spend a lot on a striker. Rather focus on making a well balanced team and also save up some coins so you can buy cards later on. So if you buy either of these at 2 million red rank training, you can definitely play like up to 30-60 days with no issue. But eventually though, you will move on to our next category, which is the intermediate. Now we are talking about cards which are not only your day 1, day 2 partners, but these are long-term supports. And personally, I was using one of them in my team up until like very recently in my second account where I actually play head to head. It's Fernando Torres right here, 88 overall, a beast if I've ever seen one in game. This card has everything, but if you rank this card up all the way up to red and also you give him a plus 20 training, this is how the card stats look like. Yes, the pace is a little bit lower, but look at that shooting, dribbling, physical. Need I say more? This is Fernando Torres in the intermediate. Moving on to the next one though, in intermediate, this card is one of my favorites honestly in the game. This is a hero, so one icon, one hero, and this is going to be your best friend if you love putting in some crosses. Don't cross spam, please, just don't do it. But here we have Morientes. He goes up all the way to 120 pace, which might seem lower, but don't forget he has a decent enough dribbling, just 116 only, and also physical goes up to 100. This is a great all-rounded card, and the thing I like about Morientes here is the fact that he not only has the heading capabilities but also very smooth to dribble within game, which is boosted by this whole 116 though. So in intermediate, if you are looking to spend somewhere around 5 to 6 million, you are going to take one of these two, and that is going to be game over for your opponent. Let's move on to the big money though. This is the advanced category, and honestly, if you look here, we have 3 cards which are in that 91 to 92 range. Now of course I haven't gone up a lot of overall points in advance, and that is because I really believe at this stage in the game, if you take a good 91 or a 92, if you rank them up to red, trainings and all added, these are going to be the cards that are your friends even in FC1, 2, 3. Take it from our scripting master who is also in FC2 currently, I believe. And the first card that I'll feature actually in the advance is, in my opinion, the best striker in the game at the moment, who is not a 95 or a 96. It's 87 Alexander Isak. Now if you look at his stats here, pretty underwhelming, right? You don't like the stats right now, but will you like them if I show you what he goes up to at red rank? This is it. This is Isak, the most well-rounded card I can honestly see at the 87 overall mark. And while his stats might not be as big as the intermediate numbers, what is definitely big is his faiths list. I don't know what you were thinking I was going to say. Yes, he has 5-star, 5-star. He has speed dribbler, outside foot shot. Everything is in positive. Isak is my first pick in advanced category. Moving on though, we have 3 cards now, and honestly I couldn't pick one over the other if you asked me to, so I'm basically going to give you my choices. It's Fernando Torres, Heung-min Son and Eric Cantona. If I show you the stats, honestly you can see Fernando Torres here, great numbers, 131 base. You can see Son, who is a bit more well-rounded with 122 dribbling, amazing numbers. But again, if you pick any one of them, I would personally go with Son, though he is a tiny bit cheaper. He just costs 33 million. But Fernando Torres costs again 34 million, not that much of a difference. And lastly, Cantona here, who costs the highest out of these, 54. You are not going to go wrong. Anything you want, be it heading, be it dribbling, be it shooting, which is what we use in these cards, you are basically well settled. Finally though, now we are at the budget range, which is my personal favorite in these videos. I get to talk about the big boys. It is the premium category. Now I'm going to settle the debate here once and for all. The card that I have picked as the best current all-round striker in this game is Ronaldo Nazario, 97. Now again, I don't think I need to do a lot of convincing with you, but if I show you the numbers, this is what Ronaldo Nazario looks like at red rank and also with training 20. Yes, that's 134 dribbling and 138 pace. This is it. This is the card. You have to spend a staggeringly high market value of 350 million. If you can do it, this is it. This is the peak. This is the best that we can get. However, in premium, again, if you asked me to pick one card and that is not Ronaldo, I would pick Ronaldo. 96. Ronaldo's cards in this game honestly have been great, from starting with the founders all the way now to a U.E honorable mention. I love all of them, but this card is honestly peak. It's a beautiful looking card with a lot of traits that I really wanted Ronaldo to have, with a great work rate. And close second with him is Erling Haaland. You know why you want Haaland, you know when you want Haaland, and honestly both of these cards kind of go hand in hand, with Ronaldo being a little bit more expensive, making sense. Haaland comes right after him though, but both of them are the U.E picks. However, if you want to go premium, but you don't just want to sell off your properties yet for a striker, 2 cards I'll tell you even in premium category which are great, but again not breaking your bank kind of great, are Ronaldo's base card 94. Same exact praises as Ronaldo's 97, just that 3 overall hits down and also 70 million at base, so costing also comes down 1/5. And Didier Drogba, even though he is not as well rounded as Ronaldo, still quite good if you want a physical card. This card is not for everybody. I love Drogba, but I do not think this card is going to be for a lot of you, to be fair. Even though Ronaldo, Haaland, they balance their physicals very well, Drogba is a bit clunky in game. He has that work rate issue of being high, but still I can't not feature him because of the fact that when you give this card some proper training and rank up, if you want your striker to push defenders off, this is the card. However, one last card I'm going to tell you about, and this is our honorable mentions for hidden gems. So with that, we will end today's video, is Robin van Persie, the newest gem on the block. I love this card so much because not only does he have a high-low work rate, he has 101 shooting at base, but this is one of those 94 cards which when you start playing with, you kind of realize, you know what, I kind of can play very well with 94 and I don't need to break my bank with the 96s, 97s. This card costs 29 million at base with 100 million at red rank, and with which I am going to give you this one simple question though. Which position of hidden gems do you want to see next? As I say, as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in another one. Bye bye.